Well. Welcome back. Guess what? I call this episode Old Habits Die Hard. Because if Stadia doesn't crash, you're probably not playing on Stadia. So we just left off here. And we can just continue. I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks, it's just folk, you know. And folks gotta eat. He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer. I don't find it so interesting talking to him, to be honest. We can just continue. And for some reason we cannot go into the container. I'm not really sure why. Let's save just to be sure. We can create a new save, yes. And now we can enter. Okay, this game has a couple of bugs, but at least they're not game breaking. Lovely Stadia, stable as ever. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, it's Google's servers. I really don't understand how it's possible that the game just crashes out of nowhere sometimes and that it ends the stream. That's something that I don't understand why they decided, okay, let's make it work like that. I don't know. It sounds a bit weird to me as a procedure. I want to save again, just to be sure. Yeah. And let's talk to the guy.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. With a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Sure.
Looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
No, try to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
I'm gonna heal.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Should we take it this time? Maybe it was the critical decision that gave us game over. I would say take the comically large check, but don't say anything.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
Yeah, thanks. That's cool. You've got integrity. Well, we did save just right before, so I'm gonna risk it again. No, it's cool.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays.
That's very cool, yeah.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Yes. Tell me.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun.
Okay. I guess we have to heal here.
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Is it because I didn't heal my morale before that we had game over?
Oh God, why didn't you think of this before? Cops have guns. Where's yours?
Pat your pockets, this doesn't worry me at all. Who cares if I've lost my gun and the love of my life? That's kind of sudden, but sure. Pat your pockets. Yeah, there's nothing there.
It's gone. Your gun is gone. There's nothing in your pockets.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right.
Harry, so Harry Dubois, that's our name, I suppose?
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, I don't trust you anyways.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Kim, turn to Kim. Don't panic. 17%. There's no way we're gonna win that. Let's turn to Kim.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Okay, so we do have to chance. We have to take the chance. Okay, let's go.
God, you're sweating.
Yep.
Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't
Oh
you?
no.
You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not about to cry. Try to stay cool. So what am I going to cry to? No, I'm good. I'm not about to cry.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
Oh, I hope it's the
What
last
is
time.
this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need...
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Keeps laying down the chair like a jello shot. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
No, I'm good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Vaguely gesture with your hands above your head. Oh yeah, man, I'm fucking great. Keep sliding. Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water. Sit upright. I'm melting. This chair is very uncomfortable and I don't have healing anymore.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
So busy.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Yeah, let's go, Kim.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
We got Mr. Dubois away. Let's talk about Noah's gun. I want to talk about the hanging. I'm at Joyce, the company representative. Everard, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later. I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
Yep.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
What is wrong with this guy? I've opened a few doors in my life. You've heard wrong, we're not. Kim is a true are we door opening machines. I've opened a few doors
And
in my
I'm
life.
sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
I am so sure about
An
that.
excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Why don't you just open it yourself? Whose story is it? I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging. Damn it, fine, I'll look into it and talk about that murder. I can't accept this thing, refuse the task for now. I really don't want to do a task for him, come on. I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
That didn't work. Why don't you just open it yourself? Or whose story is it? Whose story is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a
A
weasel?
loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Why don't you just open it
Harry,
yourself?
I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Ah, damn it. I don't know. What if I If I say I can't accept this thing, it has refused the task for now. So I think it's probably the only way to talk to him about the murder. Sure.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
I want to ask about Mr. Dubois.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
So it's really my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
No worries, man. I'm just teasing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Let's get straight. What is my full name? Do you know where I live? Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids? Or what kind of a cop does it say I am? Where did you get the folder? Let's talk what matters for the moment. And drama, have another look at the folder. 58%. It's drama, so I'm pretty sure if we lose it, then we're gonna lose morale. And we cannot heal. So we can go with where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
Basically.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Have a look at the folder. Okay, now we have 72%. And all of the other questions, I don't think they're gonna help raising up this percentage. So let's try it.
As you look at the folder,
Nice.
Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. Is he trying to hide that it's not a real RCM folder? It certainly doesn't have the RCM stamp on it.
That's not the RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
Good night, bro. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was very fun to have you here. Bye-bye.
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mystery. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
I will not be blackmailed with this gun business. I don't care about my gun, keep it. This is me. If I do anything for you, I will get my gun back.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Effort, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again
Wait.
later.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Pulls out a plastic card. Thanks, I was wondering how I'm supposed to get out. Great. We don't want to get stuck in here.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
And I'm proud of that. We made it. We made it. That's the card. That's the check. Let's read the journal. Open the apartment door for effort. I would ask you to open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard to intimidate the occupant. Do what you have to do. Everett has promised to give you info on the case in return. Get the key to the whistle door from Manana. Let's get out. Let's get out. Let's absolutely save. Absolutely. And let's go open this door. Or actually, let's check our journal. Replace lost pool. Okay, let's go back. And out again. Yeah, let me read that quickly again. Ask you to open the basement door behind the greenhouse. Okay, I think I know which one it is. And does it say get the key to the wizard's door from Manana? Yeah. I don't know who's Manana, to be honest. He said he was in front of the gate. Do you think it's him?
Right to work! Right to work!
No. I don't think it was her neither.
I can't
No,
believe
the-
it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days.
No, what am I saying? He said he was a man. No, I went the wrong way. Yeah, I went the wrong way. It's called. Besides the game over, I think the conversation with the Everett was great. It was really great. To me, it felt like a battle. I don't know if that's really what the developers meant to do, or if it was the idea they had. But to me, it did feel like a battle, like a turn-based battle, like a JRPG. And I found it great.
Whoa. What have we here? A
A
bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
True, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Ravachol looks better, though. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Yeah, let's go. He never satisfies me, this guy. I think it's the store.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
That's probably the door Efrat mentioned. We still need to get the key from this manana first, though.
Yeah, so we were right. That's the door. And just to finish the thought I was explaining, yeah, it did feel like a real turn-based battle, and I think it was great. It was really, really great. So I hope there are gonna be more. I really hope so. But let me think what you think. It's always great to share opinions. Was he mañana?
So, how'd you
Yeah.
like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Complete shit.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
And yeah, who killed the
The
hangman?
mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The mercenary. Let's change the
The man
topic.
whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
You have to get to the door.
Key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
Weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
There's something about a weasel, and it didn't sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean. I'm not really doing this for
Oh, so
political
they're none of the
reason.
above type, are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep...
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Yeah. Anything else I should know about this task this weasel person? When he'll be home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you because he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard.
Why are you
We're
striking?
negotiating our share. Aye.
Wait, so no wages or pensions, or how large a share would you like? Okay, economic stuff, I get it. To talk about something else.
This stuff, they already covered.
So you should be grateful then. It's a lot more than people here have. At least you got the benefit of something. However much you feed the
The
wolf.
wolf always wants more. I like wolves.
How large a share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
I don't completely sure. Yeah, I don't. The past maneuvered, what can you tell me about him? Got the picture? Let me ask you something else.
Sure thing.
This was great.
Let's go open the door. Wrong path again. Oh, it stopped snowing. Oh, it's beautiful without the snow. It's really...
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Press your ear against the door.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Use Manana's key to unlock the
You
door.
try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head.
But never know you unlock the door. You know what? Let's save. And let's try to go in. Let's be quick.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun? That's good to know. Discard thought. Shirt. I don't know if you heard it. They were my headphones. Yeah, maybe you heard them again. Poster. There's a poster.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Hi Ada, how are you doing? Move on from the mags. And let's get out. I don't want to stay here for too long. So let's go back to Everett and let's go tell him that we unlocked the door. It's all good, it's all good. Been here for an hour and a half. I think we're almost at the end of this part. I don't know if there are scenes or chapters. I don't really know how it works yet, but yeah, interesting. Okay, let's get there quickly. Maybe he's gonna give us our gun back. I don't know. Let's get inside. And let's save, because I really don't want to risk and lose an hour and a half of progress. I want to check my inventory, it seems like we have something. Oh yeah, because we found the shirt. One logic instead of one conceptualization and one suggestion. Nah, let's skip this one. And let's go.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
You opened the door you asked. Can we discuss the murder now? Yes.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. I did go inside. The weasel had the flag of the old Revachol on his wall. The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't. What's not true? But I'm going to lie.
You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door, which you did. So we're all good here.
Are we though?
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Okay, perfect.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
I really went in there. Whose place is it? I just need to know. You said the lynching and the striker related how?
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
Very mature.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant? Go on. I think I've heard enough.
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Go on.
About my fun container? It's a hoot, Harry. Who knows? Maybe you'll be in here the next time they move it. It will be very fun, I promise. But enough about me and my container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By
You.
negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah,
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
it does.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Yeah.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Okay.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Well, I don't think he's worried. They're basically the police in this town, so...
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
I really went in there. Whose place is it? I just need to know. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? You mentioned the Louis girl. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew. Good talk. Let's conclude for now. No, let's not conclude because we are not sure of what's going on still. So let's definitely not the first one, because he believed us when we told him that we didn't go inside the place. So how do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
Yeah.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
That does sound quite unlikely, yes. The big guy leading the scabs at the gate is colossal.
He is big, yeah. You mentioned the Louis girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
So you know when you want to move on Twitch? Well, that's a complicated question. It's not only related to taste and where do I want to stream. It's more of a setup question. I'm already planning, and basically everything is ready. I just need to get it working. I don't know if you know what I mean. My current setup for Twitch is not 100% working because my PC is not the greatest of the greatest. So as soon as I'm gonna be able to have a better setup and to have an upgrade, then I will probably move on to Twitch. But yeah, most likely I will not completely move on to Twitch. I will either stream on Twitch and upload the walkthroughs on YouTube, or stream on both platforms at the same time and still upload the walkthroughs on YouTube.
Wait, the girl by the whirling, who was keeping an eye on you, is he talking about her?
He's controlling the whole town.
I did that, didn't I? She thinks of herself as a guerrilla fighter. These middle-class kids and the books they read are crazy, Harry. I think she would rather be an insurgent than a lawyer. I hope it's a phase.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Where can I find them?
You know what, Harry? I got a feeling they're gonna show up in full force tomorrow.
The lieutenant marks something in his notebook.
In the future, I could use your backing. Can you ask the Hardy Boys to
But of
cooperate?
course! It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Yeah,
When you meet this Titus, tell him about this. See what he has to say.
definitely.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
He's basically paying us. We're basically his worker right now, which I don't like, but I guess that's what we have to deal with to proceed in the story. Take it.
The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
Yeah, no wonder.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
No, let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the
Sure,
left.
sure.
So you have to be a social democrat.
Yeah. This is another crooked scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
Let's hear the proposal
What
then.
would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask
You
them.
bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here,
Damn it, I don't like
you
this guy.
need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
This life is pretty chill. Yeah, all my lives are really chill.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
Okay, so let's...
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
Of course. Save right away. And that's it. Yeah, okay. Let's go out. We have a skill that we can unlock, I think. Yeah, we can level up something. I would level up something, either psych or physic, since the other ones are quite high. No, I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, I think it's a good choice. Let's check our journal really quickly. Get to signatures for Everett. Could Isabel and Lillian in the nameless fishing village down the coast to sign Everett documents. Once the signatures are secured, mail the documents to Everett's accountant using the mailbox on the plaza in front of the wire link. Now that we unlocked the skill, I just want to save again. Yeah, it's the YouTube application. It's a bit buggy. It's been like that since quite some time, since a couple of years, I think. We reached other 56 minutes of live. I think for today can be enough. I'm quite tired. It's Monday. And yeah, that's it. So, thanks everyone who joined. It's very, very nice having you here and hosting you. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, I know it sucks. It sucks very much. Good night.